Now this is the key to the BYD ATTO 3 extended range SUV, full electric, with prices starting from Kenya shillings 9.1 million. You reckon this is your next electric SUV? You start this particular review by taking a look at the design language of this BYD ATTO 3, and I can tell you, BYD have outdone themselves. Look at this style, it's very contemporary. I can tell you for a fact that they have thought about every single thing. All design aspects are guided by aero efficiency. Let's start with the front. As you can see here, you have triposodial lamps wrap around that gives this car some je ne sais quoi. Again, you do also have this stainless steel finish that is replacing the grille, sort of quote unquote, with the words BYD, build your dreams, emblazoned on it in a chrome look. And of course, you have color-coded bumpers. You've got this piano black finish on the front air dam, and of course, the lower lip as well corresponds with this grille that is stainless steel silver. Fantastic way of looking at things. You've got a clamshell bonnet, of course, curves downwards to ensure that this particular vehicle has a good drag coefficient, and of course, the raked windscreen, allowing this car to slice through the wind like hot knife through butter. Thank you very much. Again, they have thought about every single thing about this particular design aspect of the BYD ATTO 3, and I can tell you it looks very, very funky. The lights, which I forgot by the way, are full LEDs. They are matrix LEDs that illuminate the road quite easily, and of course they do have daytime running lights to ensure that you are able to spot it even during the daytime. So how does the side design correspond? Let's move to the side and have a look at the design of this BYD ATTO 3. Alright, side profile, take a look at the design. Look at this plastic cladding on the front fender. That cladding actually runs all the way from the front fender to the lower door sill all the way to the back, giving this car that off-road credentials. Again, BYD have done it subtly. You have bulges that are not too protruding, and the lines as well. Very smooth to ensure that this particular vehicle has aero efficiency. And speaking of that, you do have tires that are actually designed for EVs. They're actually Continental Eco Connect, and they're dressed in 235 50 by 18 tires. Those diamond cut rims are actually designed to be aerodynamic as well. They're suitable for EVs and designed for EVs. So this one, again, they put every single aspect into consideration. You've got these large mirrors that actually allows you to see the surrounding of the vehicle. But in case you have challenges reversing using your mirrors, you have 360-degree cameras that are around the vehicle to ensure that this particular vehicle is very, very easy to maneuver and park. Of course, park assist also comes as standard in this particular vehicle. Moving over to the passenger cell, this is where the magic happens. The passenger compartment is where people live in this particular vehicle, and I can tell you, they've thought about every single thing. Look at the large windows that allow light to get into the car. You've got this piano black finish across the window sill from the front to the back, giving this car that premium look and feel. You've got also the lowest sill that actually protrudes all the way to the back, again giving this car some je ne sais quoi. Moving over to the rear side as well, well designed. You've got a coupe-like design that gives this car a sporty look and feel, and of course it is infused with the rear spoiler. Again, they've thought about making sure this particular vehicle has a lot of aero efficiency. It's extremely important in the game of having good electrical efficiency of the car. So does the back correspond with the front and the side? Let's move to the back and have a look at the ATTO 3 design theme. Moving over to the back side, and I can tell you the BYD ATTO 3 has an amazing design. It's an amalgamation of all the design cues from the curvaceous body all to the back. This particular vehicle is well designed. Let's take a look from the top. As you can see here, this is the rear diffuser that is actually infused with the roofline. It's sloping to give this car a coupe look. Of course, the rear windscreen as well, curved as well, and then it goes down all the way. It reminds me of a certain German marquee. I know, the three-pointed star. One of their vehicles looks exactly like this. So that design is fantastic. You've got this elongated LED bar with this chrome X-ups all the way, and of course you do have this LED matrix rear tail lamps, which look very good at night. And of course you have a third stop braking light, and you have the words "Build Your Dreams" of BYD emblazoned on the rear panel. Of course, on the lower part you have the BYD ATTO 3, and of course it's an EV electrical vehicle. And of course the lower part of the bumper as well, color coded, but you've got this piano black finish that actually corresponds with the front, if you remember. And of course you do have number plate holder, and of course at the back, because this vehicle is an EV, there are no exhausts, but again, the way they've designed it, it looks very, very sporty. But the biggest question still remains, how good is the design language inside? Let's step inside and have a look at the ATTO 3 EV design theme. So you've seen from the walk around the design perspective of this BYD ATTO 3 extended range with 420 kilometers on tap. But the biggest question is, does the design correspond with the interior? Let's step inside and have a look at this particular vehicle, and my oh my, I can tell you BYD have outdone themselves. Why? Because the quality of the cabin, the design is fantastic. So you have this forward cap design dashboard. So basically the dashboard is placed further away to create an illusion of space, and also it's got a three-step design of the dashboard. So the top part has this dark color, and then you do have a wavy design that splits the two parts, and of course this gray exart on this particular dashboard. But the highlight of this particular vehicle and the dash is this massive 12.3 full HD screen that is actually housing quite a number of things. The audio systems, you're talking about the radio, you're talking about Bluetooth connectivity, you're talking about USB support. Then, of course, you also have climate control and basically the media center, vehicle images, settings. You're able to toggle through the different settings and systems of the car. It also supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, basically making this particular center to be an extension of your mobile phone. So basically you can answer phone calls, you can read and respond to emails even with voice control, and of course you're able to do maps as well. So you can use the native maps that are here, but also you can also use the Android Auto, which comes as standard if you're using an Android phone. So all this creates an illusion that you're able to be connected at any given time, because it also has connectivity. Now BYD have actually included quite a number of things as well on the system. The climate control system, you're able to toggle through, but it's got a good party trick. So you can rotate, if you don't like this horizontal design, you can rotate this screen into a tablet style. So have a look, take a look at that. That's crazy. So it gives you this tablet style orientation with maximum clarity, and of course you're able to toggle through the default settings as you so please. You know, if I love this design, so probably if I had a BYD, it's gonna be on tablet style. So all that and much more courtesy of this ATTO 3 extended range. Of course, you do also have quite a number of things. The audio system has 8 speakers. Let me try and listen to some music here, and I'm gonna play radio. So say this. Let's increase the volume. Pretty decent. It's quite loud. 8 speakers, the subwoofer underneath to give it that sound that you so desired in crystal crisp clarity as well. If you want to listen to music, you can use the apps that are provided, and also because you're pairing it to either Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, you can actually stream music via Spotify or Deezer if you are that kind of person. So all this and much more courtesy of the system makes it very practical and useful for that tech nerd that everybody is. The modern person is very tech savvy. I would like to do have some vents. I love the cylindrical type of vents. Reminds me of this old school ACs that used to be in many houses back in the day. So the ACs are cylindrical. You can actually toggle through. Cools the cabin quite fast. So if you're in Mombasa and you need that cold air, then the AC does its magic. If you're in Limuru and it's quite cold, you can crank up the heat and the vehicle will be able to heat up quite easily. Now, obviously, as you move towards the gearbox console, there are plenty of buttons. You have this jet fighter sort of joystick design, which is very, very funky. I love the fact that it's cladded in a piano black finish. It's a trifactor design. It's start, stop, park, brake, which is electronic, by the way. And then, of course, on the left-hand side, there are also other buttons. You got your hazard, park distance control. Then also you do have your lane keep assist. You have auto hold, very useful in traffic. And of course, charging, it will show you the amount and the range of whatever is remaining in the battery pack. As well, on the right hand side, you do also have automatic AC. You have the controls buttons over here. You can actually defrost your windows, and then the different modes. Now the modes are the battery mode. So basically it will toggle to the different settings. So you have eco, so basically the vehicle will consume less energy as it moves along. Then you do have normal, which is a mixture of sport and eco. Then you have sport. If you need the full power, full beans on tap, select it, and the vehicle gets off very, very fast, and it's quite quick. So we're going to test that much later only on Cars with Big Boy Trev. Then you do have 2 cup holders as well. Then you have your central cabin space. You can actually hide your valuables just in case if you're outside and you have some valuables like your wallet, you're able to hide them quite easily. The armrest is very comfortable. I love the fact that they thought about making it very comfortable for the driver and passenger. Now moving over to the instrument binnacle, it's a very small screen. I think it's like a 3.5-inch screen, but only gives you vital information. So basically, it gives you the speed, the range that you have on tap as well, then the charging, how many percent do you have remaining in the battery. Then you do have your lane keep assist and emergency systems. You're able to actually toggle through the different settings quite easily in the BYD. They've thought about every single thing. I love the fact that the steering is 3-spoke design. So on the left hand side is everything to do with adaptive cruise control, emergency autonomous braking, lane keep assist. All these are on the left hand side. On the right hand side are all the buttons, including voice control, that are actually controlling this multi-information display that's right here. Plus the orientation, which is fantastic. Which if I press it again, it just rotates to landscape. Man, your kids would love this thing. Just make sure they don't overplay with it. Now, I am 6'1". Big Boy Trev is very comfortable in the BYD ATTO 3. I can tell you the adjustable electric seats are fantastic with fantastic lumbar support, and they're very comfortable. The bolstering is fantastic. You can drive long distance in this particular vehicle, hence the extended range. Then also on the steering part, you do have a toggle switch that actually tilt and telescopic to make sure that you can fit properly depending on your size. And of course, you're able to adjust your seating preference easily in this particular vehicle. I love the fact that there are minimal A-pillars to prevent blind spots. And of course, this one has a park assist system that allows you to park into spaces. Ladies, if you are tired of doing parallel parking, then this one will do for you exactly that. I love the fact that they've thought about every single thing of making this car pleasant to be. Of course, you also have the sunroof that opens up quite well, even the rear people can see. So you have light and air coming into the cabin and making this ATTO 3 hospitable place to be in. But the biggest question is, how good is the rear seat? Let's see how many people can sit at the back of this ATTO 3 extended range. So we move over to the back seat, and I can tell you this mini SUV is fantastic. There's plenty of leg and headroom. That seat has been set to my position, and I can tell you, as you can look, there's a lot of headroom, even despite it having a full moonroof. I mean, fantastic way of saying that the BYD has been packaged so well that the ATTO 3 has plenty of space, even for a big boy like me. Now, the seats are very comfortable. I love the fact that they're using huge headrests like this one to prevent whiplash and actually have maximum comfort. And of course, this being an electric front-wheel drive SUV, again, there's no transmission tunnel. So basically, the floor is flat. So 3 people can sit quite easily in this particular ATTO 3 extended range. But if you're only sitting 2 people, then you can toggle through the armrest to reveal 2 cup holders. And of course, you can use this also as an armrest through long distances. And of course, in terms of safety, this particular vehicle has 3-point ELR safety belts that basically ELR means emergency locking retracting seat belts that lock you into place in case of a rollover or in case of an accident. But in case all hell breaks loose, then you can rely on the 6 airbags that come as standard in this particular vehicle, including the curtain ones that actually pop up to prevent head and thorax injury, making this particular vehicle very safe for your family. It's got also ISOFIX anchors so that you can actually secure your child seat. Remember, any child below 12 years, the best place to sit is right here at the back, so you can fix them quite easily. As you can see here, the ISOFIX anchors, you just plug and play and your child remains safe while in the ATTO 3 extended range. You have airline style pockets that are here. You can put your tablets, your phone, and of course this design is also fantastic. You've got vents here, and of course you've got the BYD design here. You've got 2 USB chargers, one type C, one type A, so you can charge your devices quite easily. So very modern, with very chic, very useful for the young, upwardly mobile family that loves technology, loves to go long distance, loves to have comfort in this particular vehicle. I love the fact that the seats are perforated so that you're able to, the leather can breathe quite easily without any stress. You've got contrast stitching and piping across the seats, even at the front, to give this car some je ne sais quoi. Thank you very much. Again, even the door design is fantastic. Look at this. This is a speaker. Then you do also have the door handle, the door latch. Simple and easy to use. So that is the cabin of this particular vehicle. So what about carrying capacity? I know you ladies out there who like doing shopping and carrying groceries, you're wondering what is the boot space of this ATTO 3. Let's move to the back and have a look at what the capacity is for the ATTO 3 extended range. Now, let's move on to the back side, and the first thing you notice is this design, but you have a soft touch opening that showcases the electric tailgate that's on the ATTO 3. Now, I can tell you for a fact there's plenty of space here. This is a compact SUV, so what it has basically is about 300 liters of boot space, which is roughly about 3 suitcases. So you can carry your groceries quite easily. And of course, if you need more space, then you can remove this rear parcel shelf, and you can actually split the seat 60-40, and of course it will reveal much more space, close to 500 liters of boot space. So you can carry a lot of things here. And of course, one thing I like about this particular vehicle is the fact that there's a full-size spare that's underneath over here, so that you're able to change your tires. A lot of electric vehicles do actually have a tire repair kit, but this one has a spare tire, which is fantastic. They thought about every single thing. The tie down hooks are standard in this particular vehicle. There is a light, and of course a 12-volt socket to charge your devices as you move along. If you're camping or you're going somewhere, you need to charge your device, then you're able to do that with this BYD ATTO 3. You do also have a portable charging kit, which is about 2.5 kilowatts. You're able to charge this particular vehicle for roughly 10 to 15 hours. But if you're doing the wall charger, then you're able to charge this particular vehicle for about 6 hours, basically at night, to give you full range of 420 kilowatts. But that's just half of the story. You need to find out, what is the power output of this car? Is it fun to drive? Is the chassis strong? Is it safe? We're going to move over to our testing ground and find out whether this particular BYD has what it takes to be your next SUV. So today on Cars with Big Boy Trev, we are privileged to be in the presence of the BYD ATTO 3 fully electric SUV, and I can tell you, BYD have outdone themselves. But the biggest question still remains. We've seen the design, the practicality. How good is the performance of this particular SUV? We start by taking a look at the powertrain and the components around it. So let's talk about the battery. So the battery is a 60 kilowatt hour battery, because this is an extended range. And of course, 60 kilowatt hour battery has a range of 420 kilometers. That is Nairobi to Kakamega, with some power to spare to go within the town. And of course, that comes with a power consumption of 16 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which is not too bad, because remember the other electric vehicle we did last week, it had similar battery output and battery efficiency. Now, in terms of power, this particular battery is able to power one electric motor that's up front. It's front wheel drive, and of course allows it to go from 0 to 100 in 7.3 seconds. You put your foot down like this, linear progression, smooth, and has a lot of power. So you have about 150 kilowatts or 200 horsepower and 310 newton meters of torque sent to the front wheels, courtesy of a 1-speed transfer case. Now that allows this car to have good grunt, good performance from zero, because remember, electric power is instantaneous. There's no lag. It's spot on, full on sport mode as well. A lot of wheel spin. Now let's talk about the chassis. This chassis is built specifically for electric cars. BYD doesn't share it with any other ICE vehicle. So from the battery components to the motor to the powertrain, all designed to ensure that this particular vehicle has what it takes to be a good and solid electric vehicle. And remember, BYD employed the blade technology, which is the latest technology in battery tech. So making this particular battery to have a lot of battery density and making it lighter, because electric cars, the issue has always been the weight of the batteries makes this car very heavy. But this one is actually 1.7 tons, which is roughly what you probably get with a similar size SUV that's internally combusted. That is beautiful. Good power, good performance. And speaking about handling, the chassis as well, it's a modular chassis. It shares with the Seal, the Dolphin, and many others that are within the BYD family. Now, up front you do have McPherson struts. At the back you do have rear multi-link suspension to keep the car planted at any given time, giving you a sportier and very comfortable ride in Kenya, because our roads are not that perfect, but they are good. So that suspension setup is fantastic. Now let's speak about safety. Safety is a critical aspect when it comes to SUVs. So it's got a mixture of active and passive safety features to ensure that you and your family remain safe while in the BYD. Active prevents accidents from happening. So from your electronic stability program to the anti-lock braking system, you do have also other driver aids, including brake assist, electronic stability control. I mentioned that as well. Then you also have a cross traffic alert, blind spot assist, lane keep assist, emergency autonomous braking, amongst others, to ensure that you remain safe while in this particular vehicle. But in case all hell breaks loose, then you can rely on a 5-star rated passenger cell that's been certified by Euro NCAP, and of course it comes with 6 airbags, crumple zones, 3-point safety belts, ISOFIX anchors for a child seat, and of course impact energy is dissipated away from the chassis to ensure that you remain safe while on the road. So it's a pretty safe vehicle, so it's a good bet if you want to buy a vehicle that is environmentally friendly, very efficient in terms of power consumption, good power, good practicality. Then this ATTO 3 is the one for you. But the biggest question still remains, how does it fit in your lifestyle? Let's go to the Kenya Road analysis and have a look at the BYD ATTO 3 cost of maintenance and of course service. Stay tuned. That has been the extreme review of this particular BYD ATTO 3 extended range SUV EV that's electric. Now, what do I like about it? 4 things. Fantastic design, very powerful electric motor, and of course the range, and not forgetting the technology aspect of it and safety. But the biggest question is maintenance costs and how to live with the car. We start with the Kenya Road analysis by taking a look at the pricing of the car. Now, this particular vehicle is sold and serviced by CFR Mobility, and this extended version costs exactly 9.141 million Kenya shillings. Not Zimbabwe dollars, not Uganda shillings, Kenya shillings. And of course, if you want the standard range, which the difference is about a million bob, it goes for 8.2 million Kenya shillings. And of course, it comes with an 8-year battery warranty, and the vehicle itself comes a 6-year / 150,000 kilometer warranty, whichever comes first. Plus, you can rely on CFR Mobility's extensive network across the country to ensure that this particular ATTO 3 is well maintained. From Kisumu to Mombasa to Meru, all these places have CFR Mobility and be able to maintain this ATTO 3. Now, let's talk about 2 things. Number 1, the extended warranty of this particular vehicle. So, for the vehicle, like I mentioned earlier, complete vehicle, 6 years, 150,000 kilometer warranty. The battery, 8 years, 150,000 kilometer warranty. Powertrain, motor, and everything else that's involved with the powertrain, 8 years, 150,000 kilometers warranty. LED lamps, tire pressure monitoring module, suspension, ball joints, 4 years, 100,000 kilometers, and other parts, 3 years, 60,000. I can tell you, they've thought about every single thing, and of course, even service as well. For service parts, all kinds of filter elements, trainer meshes, button bulbs, brake pads, clutch disc, wiper blades, valves, spark plugs, etc. They have a warranty of 6 months or 10,000 kilometers. So basically, you'll be able to take this particular vehicle if you buy it, the first 1,000 kilometers, then you can take it now for service at 10,000, 20,000, depending on your usage of the car. So again, name of the game here is efficiency. So living with this car is quite easy to be with. But I also know you're wondering in terms of power capacity and range and how much it costs. Last week we did one of the EVs. Today we're going to show you the mathematics of this particular vehicle. So the battery efficiency vis-a-vis the cost of owning this car. How much does it cost to charge this particular vehicle? So I have been corrected that the amount of power that KPLC charges to charge 1 kilowatt hour is 25 shillings. Now this particular vehicle has a 60 to 62 kilowatt hour battery depending on the country that you're in. So if you multiply 25 by 60, it's going to cost you 1,500 Kenya shillings to give you a full range of 420 kilometers. That is massive saving. If you compare it with an equivalent SUV, again, going 420 kilometers, almost like a full tank, will probably cost you about 6,000 shillings. So almost 3 times cheaper, and of course, gives you good range. Now, in terms of charging, I mentioned earlier, we do have the rapid fast charging, 8 kilowatts. It takes you about 20 to 30 minutes to charge it from 0 to 80%. And of course, the one that you have the wall socket at home, then it's going to take you about 6 hours to charge it from. That's basically the whole night. So for that particular reason, would you pick this BYD ATTO 3 extended range over an equivalent SUV that's ICE? Send us your thoughts as seen on social media handles below. Get back to you the feedback next week. We're signing out. This is Big Boy Trev on behalf of the production team. Alam Siki, take care and drive safe.